So welcome to the launch of the new iOS, the long-waiting iOS platform. And then also we're going to inform you guys about the new updates, which is as to the Android platform, but will also be available on the new iOS platform. So the launch of the iOS and then the update on the Android side, originally it was communicated by SAQCC that the Android platform was launched on the 1st of March 2021. So now a year later, we're glad to inform you that the iOS platform has been registered and that all the practitioners will receive a communication from SAQCC within the next week as to all the download steps and next actions to be taken for you all to use this iOS and then also the updated Android. Still, you will need to have a valid Gas Practitioner registration. And this registration on both these platforms will be needed in that. And then we also have a few functions added to the new electronic CoC. So these new functions will be available on the iOS as new. And then for the Android users, you will see the new active functions that will be added, but I will discuss it just later on in the presentation. So for those who are joining today, the first time and they're going to use electronic CoC, the Android tablet or smartphone have minimal technical specs. So your minimal will be Android 5.1 and then higher. That will be needed to use electronic CoC. A minimum RAM of 3 gig. Your internal storage will be suitable for 16 gig, but if it's preferably that you can have a 32 gig for your photos and that, but it's all up to you. Then you're going to have an online and offline capability, and the normal 3G, 4G will be fine. And then a back-end camera to take photos that will be added to your CoC that will be discussed later. So for our new iOS, iPad, iPhone users, your minimal technical specs will your version 9 or above. Also the same minimum of 3 gig RAM, internal storage of 16 gigabytes, online, offline capability, 3G or more, suitable, and then your back camera for the photos. So for those who are new, just going to go through the few steps on how to load the system. You basically, step 1 will be you'll be able to access the app on either the Play Store or the App Store. You will search for SAQCC and then download the SAQCC app to your device. It will look like this when you do search for SAQCC Gas CoC, so then you will be familiar with the view. So step 2, once your app is now installed and you've opened it, it's going to ask you to register yourself. So you're going to, on the page, front page, there will be a thing that says not registered yet. So you will click on that, and by providing all your required details, namely you're going to put in your SAQCC number. For those practitioners whose SAQCC number's got a /R, you need to provide this /R as well, and then your ID number or your passport number. It will request you to check the registration criteria and if it's all in order, and then we'll ask you to continue. Once you've continued, you will receive an email and an SMS, both or either or, depends on which one is registered, with an OTP code, and then you're going to put your own preferred password in to activate this account. Once you've done that, a verification will be forwarded via email to you that you need to click on and then verify registration via web page. Once all of this is done, you can then log in. Your login details basically will be emailed to you on how you can access the app. So once you've now done your verification link and you received your login credentials via email, your next step will be to put in your password, your ID number or passport number. So if you use a passport number, please just remember to add zeros to make up the 13 digits, because it's got 13 digits, so you just add the zeros. You'll put in your password that's provided in the email, press login, and you will be in your CoC system. Just to take note, should you forget to, you forgot your password, you can always click on forget password, and then the system will email you a new password. For version control in future, should we inform you that there's a new version to be downloaded or updates, then this will be the version control. And at the current version that you guys are going to receive next week will be on 2.0.007. Okay, so once you've now logged in, this will be your main page of your CoC, and you will have access to either create or purchase your CoC. It will also display the number of CoCs available or consumed when you're using it. A list of all your CoCs, the list of all your CoCs with each association will be displayed on the front. And just take note that your CoC numbers are generated by the system, so it will not follow in a numerical order at all. So status will display. So your status side, that will be now this part. You will either, the green arrow will tell you that it's been submitted. The yellow clock will be to say it has been saved only. And then on a later stage, you can go back and then complete your CoC and then submit it. The I will be indicated that your CoC has been put up or submitted for inspection. And then the PDF side is that we can click on that PDI to view it once it's been submitted. So on the top side, you've got your practitioner profile where you can check all your credentials. You've got a logout spam page, and then also on the left-hand side, you can go in and then change your password should you want to change it to your own personal password. So purchase of CoCs, we've got currently two options, either EFT or NetCash. Just take note when you should use the EFT option, the banking details will be displayed on the electronic app where you can then decide you want to purchase 10 CoCs at 15 Rand and you pay that in with your SAQCC number, and then your proof of payment you will take to upload it, and then once uploaded you will submit it and it will go through to SAQCC. Just take note, should you purchase CoCs via EFT, there's a 24-hour period turnaround time because they have to wait for bank confirmation before they can release it. The other option will be NetCash, which is an easy one. So if you do log into it, it will take you directly to your bank or your partner for payments, and you will do your direct bank payment in that, and once it's done, it will be automatically available. Also, sorry, one thing, there's a terms and conditions on this that the guys must please just take note of the disclaimer. If you do go and you purchase 20 or 50 CoCs and don't use it, unfortunately, it will be non-refundable. So please make sure when you do purchase your CoCs that you purchase the right amount. So when you now create CoC, you will now select the association which you want to issue it for. Some people have multiple associations, some only one. But those with multiple associations, that will be at the top. So you will select the association and then start the CoC or select the CoC in it. Also, please beware of your expiry date. That will be displayed on the top for that specific license category. And then once you've done with that, you will just then say start CoC and you will open your CoC. So the whole electronic CoC has got 4 steps, or basically 4 pages. Your page 1 will be your basic customer details. Note that this will all be your customer information and not your own gas practitioner details. Your gas practitioner details that cannot be amended or anything at all. So if something is incorrect on that details, then that you please need to contact either your association or the SAQCC to ensure that your credentials are updated and the correct ones. So page 1 is exactly the same for all the 4 associations, and your owner or user details is the person who will be signing the CoC. So page 2, each association has its own criteria for the CoC that you need to complete. You just follow the next steps and complete that. On page 3 of the CoC, you will be able to either take a picture or upload a picture. And then if we can try and ask all the practitioners to please do add some pictures of the installations. It always helps at the end if somebody says it was there and this one it says it wasn't there. It's always good for the CoC to have the full picture of the installation onto everything together. And then on your page 4, you're going to have additional comments. So you can put additional comments in. You're going to have your declaration and you're going to click submit to submit your CoC online. So as to the new CoCs, what's new? So we have a new search function on the front. So that will be on the front page where you create or purchase your CoC in the front page. We have now a new search function where you can now search by customer name, address, or CoC number, or combination of all. So there's something that's new that's added to the CoCs that just makes it easier for everybody instead of scrolling down all your CoCs and looking for something. On your page 1 of your CoC, we have added your ARF number, which is added extra because this is for good reference when some of the domestic commercial guys is doing a change of ownership CoC, because that number is required by the deeds office for registration. So that was added to it. So, and then just to take note on your page 1 as well, there will be a message pop up to say not completed. So if you don't complete all your customer fields, it will give you a message stating so, because all those fields are mandatory at the moment to complete. So, and then the next function is on page 4, we have a preview button. So previously we had back, save, or submit. There's a new preview button that you can now preview your whole CoC and verify that all your information is correct before you give it to your customer to sign. Just take note, if you sign and then preview and not saving that, the signatures won't stay there. So you have to complete your whole CoC, make sure everything is correct, then do the signatures and submit. So, and then the next one, which is quite nice, is when you go to your front page and you click on that PDF button and you open it, it's now got a scroll button where you can scroll between your pages. It has a download function where you can download it to your phone or your tablet. And then the other one, it has now got a share button option. So you can be sharing your CoC via WhatsApp, Teams, Telegram, email, depends on what program you've got installed on your tablet or your phone, and which will just make it easier to share it directly with the customer or the user at that moment. So also to take note that previously you could only view your CoC in a portrait format. That flip format has been changed. It can now either be done in portrait or landscape format. So for the current, so to note that the new updated or upgrade version, that you first need to ensure that your CoCs that you've issued is synchronized online before you do your new update to your Android platform and that, because there is a change on the platform part that we've done. But SAQCC will inform you all when it's ready, and you need to ensure that everything is saved and synchronized. Once all your CoCs are then synced, the Gas Practitioner can then decide when he needs to upgrade to the new Android app. And then if you guys are not sure, you've got your Gas Association and SAQCC that you can contact just to ask based on that. But everything will be communicated from SAQCC's side. So the few what ifs that we've got on the system is, what if the site's down? So luckily the CoC system is available online and offline. So you can still, if you've got CoCs available offline, you can open it, submit it, get a customer signature, close it, submit it on your device. So when you get into a Wi-Fi zone or you've got online capability, then it will automatically sync and update and send the email or the CoC to your customer and to yourself. So what if my license expired? You can still access the system, but it will only be to view your previous records, but you will not be able to issue a new CoC until your registration has been renewed. So additional notes or comments. Yes, there's ample space for typing in various blocks, like the detail of installation on page 1. And then you can use the additional comments at the end of CoC page 4 that I showed you, where you can put further comments or further information onto your CoC. So if the customer has no email address that you can't send it to them, well, now it's no option anymore. We've got the new share option, so that will enable you to share it via WhatsApp, Telegram, email, or Teams, whatever's loaded on your device. So developers and contractor details on the CoC. This has been noted by a lot of people in that, so it's been given to the developer, and we will chat about that for future expansions. So some people say, can multiple gas practitioners access the same tablet or device? Yes. Just remember, each of you guys got your own login details and passwords, so you can issue your CoCs once you finish your logout, and the next person can log in and do his CoC with his credentials and that. So the safe appliance scheme, the safe gas equipment schemes, for now, those permit numbers will be added automatically until we've automated the systems, and then it will go from there. So that's that on that. So over to you, Virginia, for all the questions from the panel.